Tell us about the man, the main character that you play, Ambrose Hilliard, who we got a glimpse of there.
Yeah, Ambrose, as you said in your introduction, he is a chronically self-absorbed, pompous actor in his declining years, and they came to me, and for which obviously I had to do a lot of research of all those other guys. Yeah, he's also a man who's in almost complete denial about how old he is. So when he gets the script, he thinks that he's playing the romantic lead. He thinks he's playing Sam Claflin's part, and it has to be gently explained that the suggestion is he plays drunken Uncle Frank. But it's a great... the thing I admire about the film, and I've been all over the world promoting the film, I've just come back from Australia and New Zealand, it's got a great reception everywhere. It got a standing ovation in Toronto, and they're hard to come by. The thing that I admire about any good film or book is the fact that it doesn't forget to entertain you, and that whatever else it does,
but
although
you
it
describe this is not a publicist, this is you saying this. Bill says it's a cracking good night out for everyone. Yeah. That's a good description, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no PR. What I like about it is that it doesn't forget to entertain you, and that it's a really good night out.
Yeah. And is it... Am I right in thinking that this pompous actor who you play kind of turns out there's a big soft underbelly that this relationship between him and the character Gemma Arterton plays? Yeah, there is a kind of resolve, and you see that there is a little more to him than originally meets the eye. Well, is there a love story? There is a marvellous love story between Gemma Arterton and Sam Claflin, the young leading players. And,
that's the part I would have liked.
Well, exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
And, I mean, obviously, you weren't available.
He's very, very fond of Gemma Arterton, is my husband.
Well, I think most of the world is very, very fond of Gemma Arterton, but they do a brilliant job, and it's deeply romantic. Yeah.
You have memories of kind of post-war London? Well,
I was born shortly after the war. My dad was in the RAF. My mother worked nights during the Second World War, which was a reckless thing to do. And my childhood, like everybody else of my vintage, was full of those stories, and the effect of that was deep in our lives still then. You know, people were just... I suppose there probably was. I was a little young to remember rationing, but I think it probably was in place when I was born,
And you said your family, like your uncles and things, were...
Everybody went to war, yeah. Everybody had been in some part of the world involved in the war, so everybody had... You know, it was a deeply difficult time for people, you know. I mean, I was just a child. It's funny, you look at those footage from the 1940s, and I look at it like it's ancient history, and I realise I was probably around at the time.
Well, you're around a lot at the moment, Bill. How do you see yourself, where you've evolved, what you've got to? You've got a lot of respect in your industry, and I think it's fair to say, Ruth, a national treasure we're looking at here.
Well, you know, love actually changed a lot for you, didn't it? Changed life a lot for you. I mean, literally, that recognised on the street now, people stopping you for photographs. And have you enjoyed that, or do you like to be a bit more anonymous? Yeah,
no. I mean, it's got, you know, it's a mixed bag, but I can't complain. And love actually changed my life in a very good way.
Because I know you walk a lot, don't you? So you walk around London a lot.
I know.
You know, I'm sure you used to be asked for autographs, but now everyone wants a selfie.
Everyone's got a camera all of the time. Yeah, I mean,
which they can never operate.
Well, there's always that, yeah. I know. You turn it upside down. But, but it's fine, you know. I know I should buy a car or something, but I'm not really a motorist, and I love to walk, and I like to just wander about. And it occurred to me the other day that I actually make almost no concessions to the fact that I might be visible in that way, which is kind of how I like it, because otherwise it defeats the object.
Yes. Well, I think it's interesting because you have a lot of people who have an entourage, you know, and they say, oh, I can't go anywhere. And actually a lot of very famous people like yourself who go everywhere without an entourage and don't get bothered that much.
Well, I always remember David Bowie used to come to England and take his children to the Tower of London, you know, and wear a flat cap, and no one would pay a blind bit of notice. I think there is a way of sort of turning off your visibility to some degree. I don't know, but it's like magic. But I think there are days when I walk around perfectly unrecognisably, and then other days when I appear to be the most famous person in the street, you know. But it's fine, whatever the weather, it's fine.
And also recognised for your sartorial elegance as well, being frequently pointed out as one of the best dressed men in Britain.
I've been 17th, I've been 11th, I've been 7th, and I was 3rd once, and Ronnie Corbett came 2nd, and Prince Charles came 1st. And I'd never met Ronnie Corbett before, and I happened to see him in the street, and he came towards me. He was wearing a powder blue jacket and bright yellow trousers. I think it was sort of après golf combination. And he said, oh, number 3, because he'd obviously... And I said, oh, number 2, I presume, which was sweet.